This is a special Jeopardy competition, bringing together the greatest players of all time in the ultimate Tournament of Champions. Please welcome back these outstanding players. He used his 1988 five-game winnings to pay for law school. Today, he's an attorney. From Los Angeles, California, Jeff Richmond. Representing the College of William & Mary, he won the 1992 College Championship. Now, he's an attorney. From Richmond, Virginia, Billy Baxter. And he was a 2002 teen champion. He's now a sophomore at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Bernard Holloway. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Hey, guys. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show as we continue our ultimate Tournament of Champions. Bernard, you're going against two attorneys today. Are you up to the task?
I think I am.
All right, good. We'll find out in this half hour. Let's go, fellas. The Jeopardy round is first. As you know, it has easier clues than the next round, and it has one daily double. Today, these categories: astronomy. Next, spouse in common. Americana. That 70s news item. We'll deal with people and places, and also beastly language. All right, Bernard, you go first.
May I have people and places for 200, Alex?
Some folks from Scotland are Highlanders, while some people from this country are Shanghailanders. Billy.
What is China?
Right.
People and places for 400.
The people of this British dependency are sometimes known as onions for short. Or is that for shorts? Bernard.
Was Bermuda?
Correct.
People and places for 600, Alex.
A Manchegan is a man of this Spanish region. That would be a man of La Mancha. Manchegan. Bernard, go again.
May I have the same category for 800?
Answer. Daily double. All right. It's very early. You can risk up to the maximum value of the clue, and that's 1,000.
I'll take 1,000.
All right. Here is the clue. The people of this Aussie state have an appealing nickname: Apple Islanders.
What is Canberra?
No. What is Tasmania? Tasmania, the island state. You're at minus 600. Get out of the hole. Come on.
People and places for 1,000, Alex.
This British city's medieval Latin name was Cantabrigia, so its people are Cantabrigians. Billy.
What is Canterbury?
No. Jeff.
What is Cambridge?
Cambridge is right, yes.
Let's have Americana for 200, please.
He presided over the Senate in the first Congress. Jeff.
Who's John Adams?
Right.
Americana for 400, please.
The Liberty Bell weighs about a ton. This similarly named bell in Charlotte, North Carolina weighs 7 tons. And that is the American Freedom Bell. Jeff, back to you.
Americana for 600, please.
Nimitz's line, "Uncommon valor was a common virtue," was about the World War II battle for this island. Bernard.
Was Iwo Jima?
Yes.
Americana for 800, Alex.
Following 1912, it was the next year a star was added to the U.S. flag. Billy.
What is 1948?
No. Jeff.
What is 1959?
For Alaska, correct.
Americana for 1,000, please.
Robert Mills designed this structure that opened in 1888 and was built from 36,491 blocks. Jeff.
What is the Brooklyn Bridge?
No. Bernard or Billy? What is the Washington Monument? Blocks. Blocks of stone. We go back to you, Jeff.
Astronomy for 200, please.
This totally darkened phase of the moon occurs when the moon is between the sun and the earth. Jeff?
What is the new moon?
Right.
Astronomy for 400, please.
In August of 1609, he demonstrated his newly constructed telescope to the Senate of Venice, who then doubled his salary. Jeff again.
Who's Galileo?
Right.
Astronomy for 600, please.
When shadow bands are seen on Earth, it means this is about to happen up in the heavens. It means we're close to experiencing an eclipse. Jeff?
Astronomy for 800, please.
In ancient times, this star rose at dawn during the hottest time of summer, thus the dog days of summer. Billy?
What is Canis?
No. Jeff?
What is Sirius?
Sirius, or Alpha Canis Majoris, yes.
And astronomy for 1,000, please.
Here's Sarah with the clue.
This is a replica of both the Mars exploration rover Spirit and this companion, who came knocking in January 2004.
Billy.
What is opportunity?
Good. That takes you down to minus 1,400, takes us to break number 1. We'll be back in a moment to find out what's been happening to our former champions.
It's the America's Best celebration at your Toyota dealer. Corolla is among America's best. It's the best-selling car in history. Save with $500 cash back from Toyota on all 2005 Corollas, or lease Corolla for $179 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Get $500 cash back on 2005 Solaras and Matrix. Also, check out new Prius hybrids arriving daily. Number 1, and we're not done. Toyota quality. That's moving you forward.
Are you looking for a law firm for a case involving nursing home abuse or neglect? Consider Wilkes & McHugh. Wilkes & McHugh was named among the top 20 injury firms in America for our experience against the large nursing home corporations. If you suspect abuse or neglect, call Wilkes & McHugh at 800-255-5070. When taking on the giant nursing home corporations, you want someone who's been there before. Wilkes & McHugh.
His name's Cole. He was 13 days late. And there was literally a point where I thought I was, going to be pregnant forever. Where you spend your whole life putting yourself first, and then just like that, you're second. And you're just so thankful. That's why I bought a Saturn.
The 5-star crash safety rated 2005 Saturn Vue. Lease a new 2005 Saturn Vue front-wheel drive 4 with Sport Plus package for $199 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
At Comcast, we've noticed that everyone loves a deal. Women, men, even kids. Now here's a deal the whole family can love. Get Comcast digital cable with on-demand and HBO for just $29.99 a month. Sign up now and get hit movies and shows, over 100 other great channels, and on-demand. All for just $29.99 a month for 3 months. Call 1-866-GO-CABLE today.
Nissan introduced 10 bold, powerful cars and trucks. What's next? Nissan's Drive to a Million sales event. We're out to break a record, so you get to save like $1,500 cash back or a $199 a month lease on the stylish, powerful Nissan Altima. See your Nissan dealer now. We're in a Drive to a Million, so you get to drive a Nissan and save.
Jeff Richmond from Los Angeles has lost his college nickname because of his wins on Jeopardy. Your college nickname was?
My friends used to call me the repository of useless information.
And then you won 5 shows, and how much money?
All told, about $70,000.
Yep, that's a good reason to lose your nickname. Good to have you here again. Billy Baxter, attorney and college champion in 1992. And after those championships, your alma mater did something kind of cool.
I was a tour guide in the admissions office, and they redid their materials listing famous alumni to read George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, George Wythe, Glenn Close, and Billy Baxter.
All right, that's the way to go. Congratulations. Bernard Holloway from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 2002 teen champion. Tell me about Freedom's Answer, something you got involved with just after your college experience.
Freedom's Answer was something that I got involved with, which was a nationwide youth effort that mobilized over 1 million youth in about 2,500 schools to conduct the largest nonpartisan voter turnout drive in American history.
Did it work?
It worked very, very well. We had 1 million kids, each asking 10 people to vote, not for a candidate or for a party, but just for their country.
Good for you. That's great. All right, let's get back into this. Billy, you started to move towards getting out of the hole. Keep it going right now as you make your next selection.
Let's do spouse in common for 200.
Answer: Cindy Crawford, Carrie Lowell. Billy.
Who is Richard Gere?
Yes.
Spouse in common 400.
Humphrey Bogart, Jason Robards Jr. Billy.
Who is Lauren Bacall?
Right.
Spouse in common 600.
Gary Oldman, Ethan Hawke. Billy.
Who is Uma Thurman?
Yes.
Spouse in common 800.
Carrie Fisher, Edie Brickell. Billy.
Who's Paul Simon?
Good.
Spouse in common 1,000.
Peter Allen, Jack Haley Jr. That's Liza Minnelli. All right, Billy, you're out of the hole. Keep it going.
70s news item 200.
In the 1970s, the organization NOW made the passage of this its top priority. Bernard.
Was the Equal Rights Amendment.
That's right.
That 70s news item for 400, Alex.
On August 4th, 1972, Arthur Bremer was sentenced to 63 years in prison for shooting this governor? Billy.
Who's George Wallace?
Correct.
70s news item 600.
In 1978, robbers stole $6 million in cash and jewelry from Lufthansa Airlines at this U.S. airport. Famous robbery at JFK. Billy, go again.
70s news item 800.
Officially, these 1975 accords were the final act of the Conference on Security and Cooperation in Europe. Jeff.
What were the Helsinki Accords?
That's it.
That's 70s news item for 1,000.
This Army doctor, convicted of the 1970 murder of his wife and family, insisted that drug-crazed hippies did it. And his name was Jeffrey MacDonald. Jeff, do we start at the top?
Beastly language for 200, please.
Meaning to be prepared, it refers to having your canvas backs strung. What is get your ducks in a row? Jeff.
400, please.
To complain like a reddish-brown game bird with feathered feet and legs. Jeff.
What is grouse?
Grouse, that's it.
600, please.
Hard, shrewd bargaining, like negotiating for an Appaloosa. Jeff.
What is horse trading?
Yes.
800, please.
To create different words, this prefix can go before berry, neck, and flesh. Jeff.
What is goose?
Goose is right. Now the $1,000 clue. This verb means to hesitate in confusion, like a bottom-feeding fish. Jeff.
What is flounder?
Flounder, that's right, and that takes you up to 6,000. The lead is yours by a considerable margin. Bernard, you go first when we come back to play the Double Jeopardy round after these messages.
This morning on Channel 11 News from 5 to 7 a.m., you saw news that happened overnight.
Firefighters continue cleaning up the remains of an overnight fire in Washington County.
Your local weather forecast.
We do have several chances for snow in the forecast.
And urgent traffic information.
228 is closed in both directions.
Tomorrow, count on live coverage of local news and your severe weather Team 11 forecast for the day ahead. Watch Channel 11 Morning News from 5 to 7 a.m. News coverage you can count on.
This winter, if you're going to brave the weather to go out and buy a new car, at least buy one you can drive home. The Subaru Outback, Legacy, and Forester, each designed with symmetrical all-wheel drive standard. They're built for snow, so see your Subaru dealer for a test drive today. Getting there may be tough. Getting home won't be.
Through February 28, get up to $2,000 customer cash or as low as 1.9% financing on select 2005 Forester models.
This past weekend, Levin Furniture made an exceptional offer to our customers. Totally free financing for 3 years with 0% interest. Plus, we waived all down payment requirements. Our customers responded, making Monday the biggest President's Day in the history of the company. Today, Levin's is announcing that we'll hold over this offer for one final weekend. All sale prices from our holiday circular will be honored with free financing for 3 years with nothing down. It's an exceptional offer through Monday, February 28th at Levin's.
Get clear through winter in a spacious Mercury Grand Marquis with the roomiest interior, the largest trunk, and the only standard V8 in its class. Plus the highest 5-star safety rating in all 5 categories. Grand Marquis starts at just $20,790 after up to $4,500 cash back at your Mercury dealer now.
I think this could be a problem.
I think this could be a big problem.
I think we should drive that bad boy. You know, for research.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now for President's Month, lease a 2005 Mazda 6i Sports Sedan for $199 per month for 42 months with $19.99 due at lease signing. Do a little research of your own. Get to your Western Pennsylvania Mazda dealer for a test drive now.
Welcome back. We are looking for 2 daily doubles in this Double Jeopardy round, somewhere in these categories. Small state capitals. Since the Academy Awards are coming up this weekend, we have quotable Oscar hosts. We have JR, furniture, plays, and finally, in quotation marks, gray matter. All right, Bernard.
Small state capitals for 400, Alex.
Delaware's deed given to William Penn in 1682 resides in the Hall of Records in this capital. Billy.
What is Dover?
Dover is right.
Small state capitals for 800.
The name of this capital is another word for God's guidance. Jeff.
What is Providence?
Correct.
Small state capitals for 1,200.
The homes of Mark Twain and Harriet Beecher Stowe can be found in this state capital. Bernard.
What is Hartford?
Correct.
Small state capitals for 1,600.
The old Barracks Museum in this capital was the location of a major turning point in the Revolutionary War. Bernard.
What is Albany?
Nope. Billy or Jeff? What is Trenton? Back to you, Bernard.
Small state capitals for 2,000, Alex.
Answer. Daily double. You can risk up to 2,000.
I'm going to do that.
All right, here we go. The clue for you. A planetarium in this capital bears the name of Christa McAuliffe, who died in the 1986 Challenger explosion.
What is Tallahassee?
No, what is Concord? Concord. So you are now at minus 2,200. Keep going. Come on.
Let's say gray matter for 400, Alex.
Ugliness was the one reality, muses this Oscar Wilde title character. Billy.
Who's Dorian Gray?
That's right.
Gray matter for 800.
This 1858 work was a landmark in its use of medical illustrations of the human body. Billy.
What is Gray's Anatomy?
Yes.
Gray matter for 1,200.
On October 7th, 2003, Arnold terminated this man's stay in the governor's mansion. Jeff.
Who's Gray Davis?
Yes.
I think I'm going to have to go for JR for 400, please.
She got a BA from Cornell in 1960 and an LLB from Harvard Law School in 1963. And the JR was Janet Reno. Jeff?
JR for 800, please.
This American journalist was embedded in Petrograd in 1917 during the 10 days that shook the world. Billy?
Who's John Reed?
Correct.
JR for 1,200.
He's seen here performing in one of his own works. Got to remember the category. Who is Jerome Robbins? Billy?
JR for 1,600.
This portraitist was born in Devon on July 16, 1723. His name is Joshua, Sir Joshua Reynolds. Billy?
JR for 2,000.
Here's Jimmy.
This reformer and photographer described the conditions of the Lower East Side in 1890's How the Other Half Lives.
Jeff?
Who is Jacob Reese?
Yes.
Gray matter for 1,600, please.
Scurus carolinensis, it pretty much always feels like a nut. Jeff?
What's a gray squirrel?
Yes.
Gray matter for 2,000, please.
In the 1870s, he invented elements of a telephone-like device. And his name was Elisha Gray. Jeff, let's go somewhere else.
Furniture for 400, please.
Also known as the Sacco chair, it was designed by Zanotta of Milan and featured a bag filled with plastic beads. Billy?
What's a beanbag?
Yeah.
Plays for 400.
Answer. In a Shakespeare play, Mamilius says, a sad tale's best for this season. Bernard?
What is winter?
Winter is right.
Can I have quarter blocks for host for 400, Alex?
1995. Uma, Oprah. Oprah, Uma. Billy?
Who is Billy Crystal?
No. Bernard or Jeff? Who's David Letterman? Bernard again.
May I have quotable Oscar host for 800, Alex?
1979. Welcome to 2 hours of sparkling entertainment spread out over a 4-hour show. And that was the recently departed Johnny Carson. Bernard, back to you.
May I have quotable Oscar host for 1,200, Alex?
1968. Welcome to the Academy Awards, or as it's known at my house, Passover. Bernard.
Who's Jerry Lewis?
No. Billy or Jeff? Who is the late Bob Hope? Bernard. At least the quotes are entertaining.
May I have quotable Oscar host for 1,600?
2003. It was so sweet backstage, you should see it. The Teamsters are helping Michael Moore into the trunk of his limo. That was Steve Martin's line. Bernard?
Let's finish out the category for 2,000.
1974. Just think, the only laugh that man will probably ever get is for stripping and showing off his shortcomings. Famous scene when the streaker ran on stage behind David Niven, who was hosting that year. All right, Bernard, let's go somewhere else.
May I have furniture for 800, Alex?
Empire, or empire, the first major style of the 1800s, originated in this country during its first empire from 1804 to 1814. Billy.
What is the ottoman?
No. Bernard or Jeff? The Empire style, French Empire, France. Bernard.
Man, furniture for $1,200.
From a Latin word for reed, it's a slanted top stand used to support a speaker's notes. Billy.
What is a podium?
No. Jeff.
What is a lectern?
Correct.
Furniture for $1,600.
From the French for scaffold, it's a stand resembling a scaffold that has open shelves used for small curios. And that would be an étagère. We have about a minute left, Jeff.
Furniture for $2,000, please.
This English furniture designer who followed Chippendale wrote his Cabinet Maker and Upholsterer's Guide in 1788. Billy.
Who is Duncan Fife?
No. Bernard or Jeff? Who is Hepplewhite? Jeff.
Plays for $800, please.
Answer. The existential statement, hell is other people, comes from this play. Play is No Exit.
$1,200, please.
Besides Cyrano de Bergerac, his best remembered play is the patriotic tragedy The Eaglet. And that is Edmond Rostand. Jeff?
For $1,600, please.
1949 play character who says, Charlie is liked, but he's not well liked. Character is Willie Loman. The last clue is yours, Jeff. It's the other Daily Double.
Just going to bet 1,000.
All right, here is the clue. As the title implies, this play features an important arrival, that of Hickey in the saloon.
I don't know.
What is The Iceman Cometh? So you now have 11,800. And Billy and Bernard, we are going to have to say goodbye to the two of you because you're in the negative. You cannot play in Final Jeopardy, but you will each receive $5,000. Jeff, it's all up to you in this category. Best-selling authors. Back in a moment.
Moms have found many different ways to reclose a pouch drink. Sadly, they hardly ever work. Of course, the easiest way to reclose is Sunny D. Sunny D, get closure.
Here in the small European village of Werther is the home of the world's favorite caramel, Werther's Original. Where for over a century, a family tradition of making smooth, creamy caramel has been handed down from generation to generation, using real butter and fresh cream. And then, when it's just right, wrapping them in gold so we can hand them down to you. Werther's Original, hard or chewy, the world's favorite caramel.
Heart attacks aren't always fatal. To help save lives during a heart attack, most doctors recommend the full dose of aspirin like that in Genuine Bear. Just one Genuine Bear has enough aspirin to help save your life. The more you know, the more you trust Bear.
New Aquafresh Extreme Clean Whitening. It showers your whole mouth with microactive foam as it whitens, then leaves a cool tingling that just won't quit. New Extreme Clean Whitening.
Moms have found many different ways to reclose a pouch drink. Sadly, they hardly ever work.
Well, I thought it would work.
Of course, the easiest way to reclose is Sunny D. Sunny D, get closure.
If you've ever dreamed of being a contestant on Wheel of Fortune, here's your chance to make that dream come true. Don't miss the You Could Be on Wheel of Fortune sweepstakes on the next wheel.
The food police are back, and this time, no one is safe. Tomorrow at 5 on Channel 11 News, we're going to show you the 8 things you should never eat. Yes, we said never. From bars to treats to even certain kinds of soups. See the 8 foods you should never eat. Tomorrow at 5 on Channel 11 News. And at 6, 2 years ago, a home invasion killed Shannon Dale's wife. Rick Earl investigates the search for the murderers. They're animals. Tomorrow at 6.
Chances a midsize SUV has more standard horsepower than GMC Envoy. Odds another midsize SUV has a higher government side impact crash test rating. Interest you'll pay on any 05 Envoy for 60 months. Now Get 0% APR for 60 months on an 05 Envoy with available option packages and get discounts and average finance savings of around $81.50. See the pros at your Western Pennsylvania GMC dealers.
The Pittsburgh Public Schools are a proud sponsor of WPXI TV's African American History Month celebration.
It entertains you.
It informs you.
It inspires you.
And now,
your television will obey you.
On demand from Comcast Digital Cable. Choose from a variety of cable shows, kids programming, even sports. And get hundreds of hit movies for what you're used to paying now.
And anything you select, it's under your control! Pause, rewind, again and again.
On demand is here.
Pick a show, play it whenever.
Get Comcast Digital Cable with HBO for just $29.99 a month. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by...
With Meinike's All Change Plus, you'll get an oil change, plus a tire rotation, plus a brake inspection. Meineke, right service, right price.
Readers of the world unite. We're dealing with best-selling authors, and here is the clue. In 2000, this writer, with more than 100 million copies of novels in print, had a new species of dinosaur named for him. 30 seconds. Good luck, Jeff. All right, today I think we'll start with Jeff Richmond. You had $11,800. You were in first and last place. And you wrote down who is Michael Crichton. You are correct. Your wager was $11,500. That means you're going to get to take home $23,300. And you get to come back and play in the next round in our ultimate tournament. But in this round, here are the players who will join us tomorrow. Johnny?
John Beck, Tom Nosek, Carolyn Craycraft.
And we'd love to have you here as well. So long, everybody. Have a good day.
Promotional consideration provided by...
This egg has been judged America's best tasting egg. It's Eggland's best.
They taste great.
They're really special. Try Eggland's best eggs.
How do I deal with the pain of diabetes testing? I switched to Freestyle Flash, which uses the smallest drop of blood and is virtually pain-free. That I can deal with.
Freestyle Flash, virtually pain-free.
Earache grief?
It hurts real bad.
Earache relief?
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Similasan, earache relief without a prescription.
Don't think your smelly arthritis rub affects anyone's sleep? Try odor-free Aspirin Cream. It's long-lasting and clinically proven to relieve pain. Aspirin-free Aspirin Cream. Now everyone can sleep.
Enter TrimSpa's $1 Million Makeover Challenge. You could win a Dodge Viper, mega money, and a chance to party. Visit trimspa.com for details now. #1 in Udio TrimSpa. Be envy.
If you're over 50 and take calcium, you may need vitamin D to help optimize calcium absorption. Caltrate Chewables has D. Tums has none. Get more with Caltrate.
Bob is here to tell you about Severe Weather Team 11 Alert. When severe weather hits, you can see the latest road conditions on your screen all the time. We let you know about school closings and delays as over 800 schools report to us. And at the bottom of your screen, the current weather conditions plus time and temperature in the corner. Severe Weather Team 11 Alert means you'll see news, traffic, and weather on your screen all the time. Severe weather coverage you can count on Channel 11 Morning News.